Let's talk about math in Java. Hello everyone, this is Ali Reza. Welcome to the Mentor Code Lab. In previous videos, we've talked about math operations. In this video, we will talk about a very special class called math. You may not know what our class is. We have a theoretical video about it. However, you don't know how to write a class yourself. Don't worry, we will come to them later. Just remember that this has a special meaning. That is, we have some different methods that we can use, some functions that we can use to do our calculations. For example, we can use math.max. It will compare two values to each other and it will output the maximum of these two. So the result is 5. In comparison, we will have math.min. It will return the minimum of the two numbers. Now, if you notice, we have different overloads for these, and that is that it can accept integer, long, float, or double. The next one is sqrt. Now, this returns the square root of a value. For example, the square root of 2, as you see, is 1.414 something. If I do 9 here, square root of 9 is equivalent of 3. Remember, negative values has no square roots. So let's see what happens. It's none. None means that, hey, it's not an acceptable result because negative values has no square roots. So ABS, the next one is absolute. So let's give it a negative number. The absolute of a negative number is the positive number. Simple math, but very useful stuff when it comes to programming. So as you see, it dropped the negative part. It returns just the positive value. Now, there are tons of different mathematical functions like the sine, that is calculating the sinus value in radians. Remember, not in degrees, in radian. However, you can Google it up. The very first one is a calculation, but take a look at here. 1 radian multiplied by 180 divided by p. You notice that the radian multiplied 180 divided by p equals the degree. So we need to convert it back. So if we want to say 30 as the degree, we have to multiply to math.p divided by 180. And now we have the radians. And remember, it was 0.5. If we run this one, it's really close to 0.5. That's the sign for you, okay? There are different mathematical triangulation calls, for example, cosine, for example, tangent, or atangent, okay? So let's take a look at cosine. And again, it's the same thing. It's asking for radians. So you will multiply your degree to math.pi divided by 180. And if you keep your mouse on math.pi, you see that it's a constant double equals to this, okay? So play, and you get the cosine of 30. Now, other than these mathematical calls, there are tons and tons and tons of math functions that you can take a look later. However, there's one last thing that I really want to talk about, because this will become handy even if you are a Minecraft developer. So let's say math dot, and it calls random. Now, random is a random number generator. However, remember, the base random function starts from 0.0 up to 1.0 with a very special condition. The 0.0 is inclusive, means that you will see the 0.0 in some results. Maybe there is a possibility that you see 0.0. However, 1 is exclusive, means that you will never see 1.0 as the result of random. That is something important to remember. If we run the application now, you will see a number being generated. Let's put them inside comments, run the application a few times. As you see, chances of getting 0.0 is really rare, and chances of getting 1.0 is none, actually. But each time I'm running the application, I'm getting a new digit between 0 and 1. However, if I want to get a digit between 0 and some bigger number like 100, how should I do that? If I put the print and if I get the random value, now if I multiply it by 100, now remember, you will never ever get 1. So multiplying by 100, if you want to include the 100, you will never get it. But if I multiply it by 101, let's print it. Now you see that you have a value between 0 and 100. Let's print it some more. So, and by the way, later down the road, you will use loops for something like this craziness. But let's take a look at these values. So we have 75, 71, 94. Here we go, we have 100. However, all these numbers have decimal precision, and we don't want them. How can we remove that decimal section? Now, random always returns a double. If we want to convert this double to something else, we need to use integers. And this is called typecasting. Again, I'm not going to talk about typecasting right now, okay? So just use this one. Remember, what we are doing is getting a double. We are converting that double to integer. We will talk about typecasting down the line when we talked about classes, inheritance, and many things more. Here, just remember, we are casting a double to become an integer. Let's run it. And you see that we dropped the precision. So again, running it so many times, and you see that none of these values have precisions after the integer section. I was not lucky to get 100 this time, but I'm sure if you run this application time and time again, you will definitely get the 100. So if you want to get a value between 0 and 100 as a chance, this is how you will do it. Get an integer of the random multiplied by 101. If you like these videos, please subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, and turn on that bell so that when I publish a new video, you will get informed. Have fun, everyone. Bye.